What's your kryptonite? Let me ask you again. What's your kryptonite? I'm on my morning mental. What's your kryptonite? Y'all remember the story? Superman. He could do some incredible stuff. Ever since we were children, we were taught, brainwashed of this super white man that could leap over buildings in a single bound and faster than this and impervious to that. And y'all remember that. He was Superman. But he had one weakness. And that weakness was his kryptonite. What's your kryptonite? Let's talk about it. What's your kryptonite? On the morning mental, all praises to the Most High. What's your kryptonite? You see, for some of us, kryptonite is the one thing that can make us go against everything. It's the one thing that's in that one place that's our weakness. It's the one thing that everything but. What's your kryptonite? That's my morning mental this morning because I see a lot of y'all got kryptonite. If y'all remember, anybody who remembers the original Superman, Grand Rising to everybody. Every time that Superman would get on a roll, every time he was winning, every time that he was moving the pieces down the chessboard, somebody would run off and they would get the kryptonite. And the kryptonite was never out. It was always hidden somewhere, the kryptonite. And they go get it and they say, what about this? And all of a sudden your superpowers disappear. And all of a sudden your mission is over. And if you remember, Superman would bow down. Remember that? It used to kill me. He would always get down on one knee. He would bow down. And then he would put his head down. And the longer they kept the kryptonite on him, the more he just wilted away. And you begin to think that will it kill him? Most people don't believe. But your kryptonite can kill you. What's your kryptonite? So, on my morning mental this morning, I'm thinking, black people, what's your kryptonite? What is the one thing they know that they can go get to whip out on you that will stop you in your tracks, make you forget everything that you have done, and force you to bow down, put your head down, because you truly believe that if they keep that kryptonite on you long enough, it'll kill you. The interesting thing was, if you remember those shows, y'all, the kryptonite never killed him. It just took his power. That's all it did. It just took his power. You used to sit there, oh my God, get the kryptonite away, you're going to kill him. But he never died. It just took his power. What's your kryptonite? You see, for some of us, our kryptonite is some deep, dark secret you don't want to come out. And somebody probably knows that secret, so they have no problem telling everybody. Maybe that's your kryptonite. Well, we already know how you fix that. If that's your kryptonite, hold on a second. Hold on. Come here, bro. Because I know you ain't barking for nothing. Come here. Is somebody here? Do I need to start shooting? But y'all want to see some drama this morning? No, 444, I see nobody comes to the Bat Cave. So come here, bro. If my man is getting upset, we might have to interrupt this episode of the morning mental for me to get up and call the nigga shooting somebody early in the morning. Come here, man. Come here, bro. What's wrong? Talk to you. Well, yeah. Here we go. Y'all know here he come. Yeah, y'all know if it ain't the ghetto ducks, it's gonna be the Dobermans that wants to. Okay, bro, your hair standing on your back. Y'all hold on. We got to deal with a situation right here. What? You hear something? Why do I feel like I'm in an episode of Lassie? Y'all remember Lassie? The dog would come and go, boo, and the dude would sit there and try to figure out what the hell he was saying until he got it. And then he would run out and be some shit, but he didn't never get it right away. That's what I'm dealing with right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so let me go down the list real quick and see if I can get an answer. Come here, bro. Come on over here. So let me ask you, come on, y'all see he's standing right here looking at. So let me ask you this question. And then he walked away while I'm talking because he know he on camera now. You understand what I'm saying? If it's somebody, just let me know. Give me time to strap up. That's it. And let me say this real quick, y'all. I see a lot of y'all out there with your videos now because you out, you learning to shoot and this, that, and the third. I think that's great. Let me help y'all out with something real quick. Don't let people get in your head talking about, you got a shot here, and a shot here. They talk about no. You got to put all your shots right there. Take them same 3 shots and place them anywhere on a person. Place them anywhere on a person. And I do believe you will have done your job. Just go ahead and tighten it up. But just remember, if you hitting here, and here, I'm a dead motherfucker. That's what. All right. Now that we watch. You good, man? Can I get back into this? Because I was rolling. What's your kryptonite? What's your kryptonite? You see, some of us, we have this deep-seated fear. And that's our kryptonite. Fear. Fear is the easiest kryptonite to give out. All you got to do is find something that people are afraid of and trigger it. How many times have I taught you that in the book Propaganda, which came out in 1928 or 21, one of those two, that when in that book they talk about groupthink, and it says that the easiest way to control a population is to appeal to 4 of their basic instincts, 4 of their basic needs, and you can get them to do anything. Guess what the number one motivator? Fear. Fear. Scare you. Ooh. And everybody gets scared. Why? Because fear is a reflex of any living creature for it to survive. You don't get afraid because you're afraid you're going to die. You afraid so you can move away from the danger. If you didn't have fear, you wouldn't last that long because you wouldn't be afraid of none. Your ass be standing out there in the middle of Africa while everybody else done jumped in the truck and took off. You standing there. What's the problem? And the lion just eat your ass alive. You had no fear. So you didn't know. You ever seen somebody who has 0 fear at the wrong time and you got it snatched? I'm not afraid of you, man. If you don't bring your ass home. There's some things, and fear works both ways. All jokes aside, any one of you all on this live who's seen any of our footage from any of our formations know that there has to be a level of fear that inhabits law enforcement when they see that many citizens with weapons. It's just the way it is. I'm going to morning mental this morning. What's your kryptonite? I'll tell you what some other people's kryptonite is. It is fear of losing control. Losing control of something that maybe they thought they had ultimate control over. Maybe it was losing control over a job, losing control over a relationship, losing control over a group of people. What's your kryptonite? When they find out that could happen, they'll do anything to stop that kryptonite from appearing. They have a fear. Another one is they say that's easy to motivate is sex. All they got to do is put the right images in the picture and everybody's, ooh, and it could be something real stupid. Ooh. Greed is another one. Your lust for money. Oh, we got a lottery here. It's the biggest thing we've ever seen. Everybody should play by putting your money in it. What's your kryptonite? I'll tell you what my kryptonite is. My kryptonite is my inability to ignore stupid people. When I say stupid people, let me break it down. I don't mean people who have a learning disability. I know y'all out there and I pray for you. You didn't ask for the hand that life gave you. Understand. What I mean by stupid people, I'm talking about people who function on faulty or false information, but they function on it with all the energy and the fervor that it deserves as if it was real, which leads them down the wrong path. And then when they come face to face with the truth, it's like kryptonite. It breaks them down, puts them on their knees, puts their head down, because now they're not sure if this will kill them. Now, what's your kryptonite? Is your kryptonite the fact that you feel like maybe somebody's taking advantage of you because you've been taken advantage of before? As a people, is our kryptonite the fear that somebody just gonna set us up again? We've been set up so much that now everybody's out to set us up. You know, I'm reminded of a very ancient proverb that says that those who ask for a blessing normally miss their blessing because they never knew what it looked like. For hundreds of years, our ancestors prayed for a way out. Every night, somebody was getting brutalized or raped or violated or beaten or killed, and they prayed for a way out. For 246 years, we were enslaved by the white race. Enslavement is a verb. It is a brutality. It is a violence that never ends. For 200 and almost 2.5 centuries, y'all. For 400 years, we were enslaved by the Portuguese, along with everybody else. And people prayed for a way out. What's your kryptonite? And so here we are, 420 years later, or somewhere around that time. Somebody check for me. And we begin to see that someone is trying to open the door so we can finally get a way out. And the people that have kept us in this place know that we have the power to open the door, and they're watching us open it. So they're afraid. So they run and they get your kryptonite. Your kryptonite. What's your kryptonite? Is your kryptonite fear? Fear of leaving a place that you've grown comfortable in when really they don't want you here to start with? Is your kryptonite the fact that maybe you've hated on your own kind and you fear that if you went somewhere where it was just them, that they would eventually kill you for what you did? Is your kryptonite the fact that you hate or have hated your own kind so much that you would have to swallow so much of your pride and clean up so much stuff that you did in order for you to comfortably live amongst them, that's your kryptonite? Or most importantly of all, maybe your kryptonite is that maybe during one of these facts over feelings or morning mentals, where I broke down the morals and precepts of what makes a real man and what makes a real woman, and what the principles and attitudes are toward those people, that somewhere in there you saw yourself, you saw your kryptonite, and you realized the reason you don't want anyone to elevate, the reason you don't want anyone to go anywhere, the reason you don't want anyone to fix all of our problems permanently, the reason you don't want to do those things is because they mean getting rid of you. Stupid people. That's a hard pill to swallow, y'all. It is. Superman had a secret identity. Well, he was somebody else in real life. He was a news reporter. The interesting thing about that was nobody knew that he was Superman. Oh, they wasn't supposed to know. But come on, dude, a pair of glasses, that was a disguise? Okay. But the bottom line was there was something that a lot of people missed. And I need to align that with what we're talking about this morning on the Morning Mental. And that's the fact that even when he was Clark Kent, when he was hiding out, when he was, mild-mannered Clark Kent, he was a completely different dude. That even when he was doing all of that, which was for his own good, nobody needed to know that he was the man of steel. Here's the trick. Stay with me. Watch this. Watch this. Even then, if somebody brought the kryptonite around, it still put him on his knees. It still made him bow his head. It still put him down. You see, your kryptonite is your kryptonite no matter what format or form you present yourself in. Do you understand what I'm saying? Black people, you can act just as bougie as you want. You can act as Oreo as you think. You can be as pro-black as they come. You can stand on whatever side of the fence you think makes you more black than the other. Black people kill me running around thinking that because they believe a certain thing or they've learned something that they're now totally different than all other black people. Y'all always say that until they start swinging machetes and motherfucking shooting bows and arrows and shooting in flamethrowers. They don't give a fuck about none of that. They sticking together. Do you really think that white people get together and be talking about, well, I'm Irish, well, I'm Catholic, well, no, not when they go to war. They just them. They got it. Us. Wow. What's your kryptonite? Because your kryptonite will find you no matter where you are. And if it has that kind of power over you, then you got to be like the last episode where they had found the last piece of kryptonite. They had found the last one. My man got sick of them pulling the kryptonite out on him. So he went, got the kryptonite, flew way out somewhere, like way out, and then took it and threw it as hard as he could with all his superpowers, and it was gone forever. What I'm saying to y'all this morning in the Morning Mental is black people, our kryptonite is our fear that we don't know what's on the other side, but we got to locate the last piece of it and throw it away once and for all and get on the other side and do what we need to do and stop letting people scare y'all out of the one chance that we now got where we got the whole damn world on our side and y'all got people sitting here trying to pull out your kryptonite, trying to put doubt in your mind and done sat there and got you actually believing that your salvation is your damnation. In the meantime, what they're offering you is absolutely nothing. They want you to stay where you at. They want you to keep on putting up with what we putting up with. They want you to keep on believing in a system that obviously was never designed from you from the get-go. Am I talking to somebody? Don't y'all realize that one of the key ways that they keep you in control is to make sure you don't ever break out from under the control? Because what they do is every time you start to wake up, every time you start to shake a little bit, every time you start to yawn some, when you try to sit up, they break out. Your kryptonite. What's your kryptonite? Fear? Somebody done told you something with no facts and you just went for it? What's at the real core of what's driving you? Because life is not a social club. Life is a classroom. It's not a game. It's not something you just pass through. You know how really lost you got to believe that you're just here, that all of this happened just for nothing. That's really a low vibrational way of thinking. You haven't begun to elevate yourself at all. You are walking around on the floor and everything is your kryptonite. But to those of us that have elevated our minds, elevated our souls, gained an understanding in all three dimensions, those of us who are critical thinkers, those of us who will sit back and let a fool be a fool, let a liar be a liar, let a hater be a hater, let them be, let them, because that's what they're going to manifest in Sheol. The question is, what are you going to manifest when you're removed from this flesh cage and you pass through the filter and you have to stand in judgment? I'm not trying to tell you it's going to be doom and gloom. We've covered that already. It's going to be a beautiful experience for a lot of us, but for a lot of you all, let them be. It says in the book, in the last days, don't stop them. Let them keep on being just how they are. Like he said, right up until the last moment. Y'all remember back in the day when I was teaching about the eclipse, and we was talking about the eclipse, and then everybody was talking about Zachariah Stitchin and the 12th planet, and everybody was all talking about Nibiru and Nemesis and all of this stuff coming in the sky. Y'all remember back when we was teaching on that? And at one part in the course, we raised this question: how do you tell 7 billion people that they're fucked? You don't. You let them live their lives until the last second, completely oblivious, because there's nothing you can do to save them. If you told them, all hell would break loose. If y'all knew right now, this moment, as we sitting here on this, the most interrupted live for the little bit of time we left on Instagram, if y'all was sitting here and y'all knew for a fact that the world was going to end next Friday at 2 p.m. on the dot without fail, it would be complete anarchy on this planet. We're talking about laws would break down. It'll be like the Purge meets Looters Are Us meets, it would be the worst parts of the scriptures. So who in their right mind would let that out? So when you're sitting around buying into all of these conspiracy theories about they spraying the skies and, that's what they call them, conspiracy theories. But when you trying to explain all the craziness you see around you and y'all be so quick, they need to go ahead and tell us everything. No, they can't tell y'all everything because some of y'all just found out a little bit of something and you don't know how to act. See, every time that the creator begins to show you a piece of the grand design, you lose your mind. Every time he gives you a peek of what it looks like to go in the right direction, you lose your mind. Like it really, the kryptonite is the truth. And he can't tell you the whole truth because as soon as he gives you just a corner, y'all lose your mind. This the truth over here, let's kill it. This the truth over here, it's an agent. This the truth over here, all we selling is the truth. You know what's crazy? I can't even use that word. We're not selling the truth. We telling the truth. There's a difference. Everybody else is selling you the truth. They're not telling you the truth. See, you can go and look at my profile. Do you see a WhatsApp or a Cash App or anything like that on my profile? Not at all. The question then becomes, but I go look at everybody who's selling you the truth and they wanted you to make sure you donate something. You understand what I'm saying? Even if they got to do it on the backs of somebody else. I want to tell all of y'all that's watching this video right now, look at the owner of the video. If they name don't say the official Grandmaster Jay, they are using my video to try to eat off of what I'm doing because they are selling you the truth. Now I might be telling the truth, but they selling it to you. Why are you buying it when you can come over here and get it for free? I think I just shot 3 points right from the outside of the line. Now, on top of that, your kryptonite is being exploited, people. And I know it is. I'm watching y'all fall to the left, fall to the right. I'm watching some people stand fast. They like, look, bro, ain't nobody stupid. Ain't nobody falling for the bullshit. But what's your kryptonite this morning, black folks? What's your kryptonite? You want to stay comfortable in your captivity, don't you? You so afraid of somebody doing you wrong that when somebody finally comes along that's doing you right, you have to reject it. I have told you that I love y'all. I have told you we ain't breaking up for shit. I have gone out and defended your honor. I have stood here and taught the children. I've done everything in this love affair that I should. And some of y'all was so traumatized by the last love affair that you are making me pay for what the last person did. And that's a sidebar. Don't do that. Don't make the next person pay for what the last person did to you. Somebody told me once, you got trust issues. No, I don't have trust issues. I've seen this pattern before issues, and I'm not going through this shit again issues. That's what I have. It's okay to have those, but don't go in making the next person pay for what the last person did. And that's what we as Black America, we as melanated people around the globe, we tend to do that. We tend to blame the next person for what happened to the last person. Oh, they sent in agents and got everybody killed. That was the last group. This is a new group. So why are you treating the new group like they already done fucked up like the last group? I don't understand. That's doing the same thing. What's your kryptonite, Black people? And that's my morning mental for this morning. Short, to the point, sweet, and direct. That's my morning mental this morning. But wait, before I go. I love to do that, but wait before I go routine. Y'all ever seen him get up, ladies, and he about to walk out, and you say something real deep to him, and he stops and says, but wait, before I go. Before I go, I want to share something with y'all. And the only reason I'm sharing this with you, because I've talked about this before, is I believe in confirmation. I do. I believe that the Creator sometimes will send you a confirmation to let you know you on the right path. You understand what I'm saying? By the way, let somebody know who didn't get the alert this morning. I found out that they're turning off your notifications. If you go look in your Instagram settings, you're going to find out that they've turned off notifications. How did they do it? They either did it when you got an upgrade to Instagram, but they're turning off. That's why you're not getting your notifications. I had to even go look. I'm like, I didn't turn these off. No wonder you're not getting notifications. We're sitting here thinking that there's a conspiracy against us, which it probably is, but go and check your settings and you may find out that your notifications for lives have been turned off, not by you, but by an upgrade. Instagram did it, didn't tell nobody, and a few people are starting to figure it out. Just a word to the wise if you're not getting your notifications. So if there's somebody that's not getting the notifications for the morning mental, go ahead and tap them and say, yo, bro, man is on right now. But I had to share some with y'all, if y'all don't mind, for a minute. Can you roll with your brother for a minute? I was talking to one of the students, and they were telling me, they said, I want to tell you about a dream that I had. And I'm always open to listen to dreams. But I had to make sure that they understood the difference between a dream and a vision. There's a difference. You see, you can always tell when you're in a dream, especially if you're what we call a lucid dreamer. You have some control of your dream. You know you're dreaming because things look right, but they wrong. Like, for instance, these people didn't grow up in this house. And you stand there like, what's going on here? You're dreaming. Okay? Or let's say in the dream, you realize you're doing something that you know you really can't do. You know what I mean? Like, one minute me and Joe walking down the street, and now we're flying through the sky, holding hands, talking about some shit. You understand what I'm saying? You're dreaming. But a vision is different. A vision is so realistic. You remember it to this day. You never forget a vision because it was like if you were really there. This was no nothing weird. You know, you probably know the people in the vision, or at least you have an idea. You have a sense of where you were. You have a sense of what time it is. You have a sense, you can feel the emotions. You know, it's real, but it's not now. You understand what I'm saying? You're not having a vision of right now. You're having a vision of something that hasn't happened yet, or you're having a vision of something that could happen very, very, very soon. And it's a vision. And then you snap out of it and you're going, what the hell was that? Sometimes you wake up in the vision and you'll find out that you've had a physical reaction to the vision. You wake up covered in sweat. You know, you're breathing hard. You got scratches on it. You don't know how you got them. You're like, what the hell? You're in a vision. Visions are direct communications from the Most High. It's a broadcast. I remember when we had the eclipse back in 2017, that there was a young lady who sent me a picture of a crop circle that happened over in the UK right before the eclipse. Now, I looked at this crop circle, and my mouth fell open. I was like, wow. And the reason was because after the eclipse, the crop circle made sense to me. And why am I telling you this? Because I'm about to tell you what this person dreamed. Nobody has ever expressed it to me exactly the way it felt on August the 21st of 2017. If y'all who are not students of mine, who just think I popped up. No, I've been around for a minute. You just became aware of this TV show. I've been on the air for a long time. My audience just wasn't big enough. But now that everyone is awakened and everyone's interested in this type stuff, not to mention we ran around with a bunch of guns, and now all of a sudden I'm new. I'm not new. Just go back and peruse this profile while it still exists. But I've been doing this for a minute, and a lot of this shit we've done before already. Remember, I didn't come out. I came back. If y'all remember, I traveled to ground zero for the eclipse. I wanted to find the place that had the longest totality, where I could stand directly in the totality of the eclipse. And that was Carbondale, Illinois. So I traveled down to Carbondale. And it was hot that day. I'll never forget how hot it was. And I was there before the sun rose. So I watched the sun rise that morning, clear skies. And I watched the moon rise. And there's just so many things about that day that I could talk about that were wrong with the day. But I want to just get to this one important piece. When the totality happened and the sun was completely blocked out, and we had the 360-degree sunset. If you've never seen it, it's the most amazing thing you could ever, no matter where you looked, in every direction, it looked like the sun had gone down over the horizon, but the sun was over top of us being blocked out. So we had a 360-degree sunset. The crickets started chirping. The street lights came on. The temperature dropped a little bit, but that wasn't the weird part. The weird part was there was this, and I even remarked on it on the live, if you go and look at the live from back then, but there was and I wasn't even into this shit, okay? I'm just telling you what I saw and what I felt. I'm just a regular dude. There was this presence. There was this presence that was there. It was whatever this, and y'all probably say I know I sound crazy saying it, but I'm just telling you what I saw. See, this is how people in the scriptures sound when they try to describe some of the incredible shit they saw. And now we read it now like, man, this dude must have been tripping or high. I sound like one of those dudes, but I got to tell you that whatever it was that passed in front of the sun, what are you talking about? Are we back? Okay, that was weird. My phone just did something very weird. Instagram tried to turn on my location services. Shame on y'all. You really think I'm broadcasting my location? No, I'm not. I'm just telling you what I saw. And now they're going to mess with the transmission. Notice when I get too close to some real stuff, here they come with the interruptions, y'all. I thought they was going to be good to us. They thought I was going to check out until I started telling y'all the truth. Let me hurry up and get back to it before they shut us down. Y'all, we rolling on the morning mental. Hold on. But whatever it was that blocked out the sun, there was two problems with it, and I was right up under it. First of all, it was jet black. It reflected no light, not even earth light. There was nothing. It was just this black entity that was drinking in all of the light, and it felt like it had a presence, and it felt like it was drawing our life energy. This is the craziest shit I'm saying. It felt like something was pulling on my very being. It felt like I was being pulled. You get what I'm saying? And you felt weak. You felt lightheaded, and you kind of sat down like, what the fuck's going on? And a few people had that reaction, right? Okay. All right. So whatever this was, it moved on, right? And the feeling dissipated. Okay. A few of us reported that we slept very heavily. Did some of y'all sleep like extra heavy after the eclipse? Like you slept so hard you don't even remember dreaming? Y'all remember that? A lot of people reported that. Okay. So I've tried to talk to people about that, and nobody ever can get what I'm talking about. Well, in this season that we're in right now in 2020, as I've told you, a lot of you all are starting to dream. A lot of y'all are starting to have visions. A lot of y'all are beginning to be very knowledgeable and speak prophecy. And it's not happening to the people you think it should happen to. It's not happening to the person who runs around with the funny hat on that calls himself your leader and your spiritual guide and who's supposed to be so in tune with the ancestors. It's not happening with them. It's happening with people that you sit next to. It's happening to people you live with. It's happening to people your co-workers. It's happening to them. It's not happening to these self-appointed so-called learned people who told you this is what's going to happen in the last days. Make sure that it's not happening to them. It's happening to regular Joes just like you and me. And the problem is these people over here who thought that they were the chosen ones, that they were the righteous, that they were the elect, that they were the chosen teachers. They're having to get their ass handed to them because all of a sudden somebody has come along that's actually speaking the truth, that's actually speaking prophecy, that's actually having the visions, that's actually being touched. And they come to find out you need to take a seat because you didn't get the call. Your phone didn't ring. As a matter of fact, last time we checked, you don't even have a contract to have service. So that's why you didn't get the call. He chooses whoever he chooses. You don't get to choose. So you don't get to say who is or isn't his messenger. You don't get to sit there and say who is or isn't telling the truth because apparently since you didn't get the call, you haven't been telling the truth. And what did he say? In the last days, I will look at you and I will say, get behind me because I never knew you. This individual told me that they started having dreams and it's the same dream over and over again. I said, so tell me this dream. And they said, I have this dream that you're there and it's a whole bunch of people and we're running from something. And whatever it is, we all know we need to get away from it. And you're telling us, let's go. We got to keep moving. And so I'm going, okay, what are we running from? Is it animals? She said, no. I said, is it an army of people? She said, no. I said, is it something, is it volcanoes, earthquakes, tsunami? They said, no. I'm like, well, what are we running from? He said, we're running from what looks like the most beautiful blue marble, gigantic planet. It's close, but it ain't close enough to hit us yet. And I go, a planet? It's blue, so you can't see it in the sky in the daytime because it's blue. But at night, it looks like a big marble and it's coming. And I'm going like, well, why are we running from it? Because listen to this. This is what blew my mind. It has a presence and you can feel it. A presence. You can feel it. And I go, ooh, so what happens with this presence? They says, well, the presence, watch this, people. Y'all gonna be up in a minute. Here it is. This presence is telling us to move back because it's going to have to do some things. And it's not telling everybody. It's only telling a select few. And that's the group we in. So we run. That's where we run to. We don't run. We run to a certain place. And when we get there, this big blue marble begins to impact, or it has an effect on the earth. And I'm going like, it has an effect on the earth. It said it begins to distort the earth. It begins to destroy the earth. I'm going to destroy the earth. And I said, well, what about us? It said, and it begins to destroy everything. Watch what this person told me. They said this being or this presence puts a protective bubble around us while everyone else is being destroyed. I'm going where it destroys everything and it destroys the people and it protects us. Well, what happens to us in the end? It says we get destroyed too, but we get destroyed with the comfort of knowing that it wanted us to see all of that and that it protected us. And that what happened to them wasn't meant to happen to us. And our souls are saved. I'm like completely blown away, y'all. I'm like, because that's exactly What I tried to describe back on August 21st of 2017. That's prophecy being fulfilled. It says in the last days, I will pour out my spirit, and your men and women will begin to dream dreams. Your old men will have visions, and people will begin to prophesy. So if you didn't get the phone call, don't get upset. A lot of people are getting the wake-up call, and that's something we should all celebrate. Celebrate our victories. Stop celebrating the negative, and stop uplifting the negative, and stop feeding into the negative. People are attacking your successes on every front, and some of y'all just giving in because they got your kryptonite. When the truth of the matter is, these times that we're living in, you can sit there and be a spectator if you want to, but we all end up in the same place. You're going to get us all killed. You're going to die anyway. And on that note, y'all have a fantastic morning. I hope I've given you something to think about. Remember, this is the Morning Mental. What's your kryptonite? I know what mine is. Stupid people. Shalom.